Hello and welcome to Transformation Time. My name is Carol, a transformational speaker, writer and blogger, and movable optimist, and I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself in your personal life as well as your business. Today we are back at NTAMEL Designs in North Mid Lusaka, Zambia, and we are here to talk about image and the role that it plays in the journey of transformation. So today we are going to be talking to Ntama, the sole proprietor of this amazing establishment, and she's going to take us through the journey to understand why she makes us look this good. Ntama, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Carol. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to be back as well, and thank you so much for dressing us on the show.
You're welcome.
I just want to ask this one thing because I'm so excited. You know, I found you on Instagram, and I'm so amazed at the fact that this is a Zambian, establishment with so many things that I've seen online, and to know that somebody can actually bring something that you've seen on the internet all the way back home, because I understand that you've got two homes, the United States and Zambia, isn't that so?
That is true.
Well, I want to understand what made you make this dream a reality, and when did it all start?
Okay, I'll give you a little background about myself.
Okay.
Growing up, I loved fashion. I was the kind of child who got my little jeans, dresses, and redesigned them.
Okay.
So the dream wasn't far-fetched. So coming from a very tender age, I knew one day I was gonna own a store. Not only a store, but stores.
Amazing.
Yeah, so now what inspired me to actually, get pieces that people could not easily access here in Zambia is because of, like you've mentioned, I have two homes.
Yeah.
I'm based in Atlanta and I'm based here in Zambia as well. And other than those two places, I shop a lot around the world.
Okay.
Therefore, I'm always up to date with trends, and because I love it, it comes from deep within me.
Yeah.
I'm interested in knowing how fashion is evolving.
Okay.
Yeah, so coming up with this concept was really me sitting down and saying, you know what, I want people to look the way I look.
Okay, great.
I don't want people to go out there and, not feel confident because they can't find these pieces.
Oh, definitely.
And the whole 9 yards. So I decided I'm going to put pieces together to cater to everybody, not just for me and what I like, but for everybody else.
And you see, that's one thing that I really liked about, looking at your Instagram account, because I noticed that it wasn't just about a body type, it was about the style, it was things that were, trending, so to speak. Now, when it comes to, transformation, a lot of people do have that pressure when it comes to wearing trendy stuff and, trying to keep up with the Joneses, so they start breaking the bank like I spoke about in a certain episode. I just want to know, when it comes to me shopping from you, is it that you have a certain clientele, or is it, is your store for anybody? We're not here looking at numbers, but are we on the luxury side of things, or are we here for people who know that when they wake up, they want to look good and they want to feel good? Who are the people that you are transforming, so to speak?
Okay, so I like that point actually, because even on your last topic you talked about it. So I know this is your season of transformation.
Yeah.
If you do go back to my Instagram, it does say we have a European and American influence to our styles.
So if you're not for that, it's not for you.
No, that's not what I mean.
Okay.
I mean, if you walk into this store right now, there's the European touch to it. There's the American touch to it, and there's just the local touch. There's some pieces like what you're wearing. This could fall into Ankara. Okay. So that does not segregate anybody with the European or the American influence from walking in here and getting a piece. You see, so what I'm driving at really is when it comes to influencing somebody's change and time evolving and fashion evolving at the same time, and a person as a whole. This season you want to have a European touch to your look.
Yeah.
The next season you have an American touch to it. The next season you just want, I see some people who just go, I want to have Afro hair and I'll just be Afrocentric, you understand?
Okay.
So that's also fashion influencing you in so many ways, in so many ways to go with your character as well, you understand?
Speaking of character, how important is it, because you dress people and it's, it's fashion, forward, you are up to date with certain trends. What is so important when it comes to, your image? Why are you in this? Why is it important for somebody to look good? How does that fall in with, I want to become a better version of myself? Does how I dress really play a big role?
It does.
Okay.
According to me, how you dress plays a very important role. I remember, because I follow you and I listen to all your transformational talks, and the last time you mentioned that you cannot be you cannot feel a certain way and look a certain way. You understand? It goes with what you wear as well. I cannot be dressed in something really skimpy, a bum short, and you know, I'm wearing a crop top, and I'm walking the streets or getting into a bank, or you know, I'm going to a very conservative meeting. I would not be taken serious because I'm not playing the part.
So how you speak introduces you. Is that what you're trying to say?
Precisely. And you know, for lack of a better reference or example, success attracts success.
Okay.
So if you want to influence somebody in a certain way, I believe your clothing, what you have on, should play a certain role.
Okay.
Yeah, so if that answers your question, did I like vividly explain it?
It definitely answers it, because for me, I'm very much a planner. You know, I like when I get up in the morning, you know, I know even a week sometimes, I like to know, okay, this week I've got such and such meetings, this is where I'm going. So I like to plan ahead. So, you know, when I come into your store, am I getting the help that I need to get when it comes to planning? Do you look at somebody like me? I walk into a store and you're able to you know, dress me according to my character. What makes you NTAMEL Designs different? Because it's not every day that, you know, you have somebody who's very confident and, you know, handles their business the way you do, because so many women are in your field, but you stood out. Why do you believe you have that niche in the market? What makes you stand out? What is the thing that, you know, brings you alive when it comes to transformation?
Okay, so most people get into the business of clothing just because it's easy. Okay. You don't need to do any mathematics. Okay. You don't need to, like, you know, even if you're taking down your inventory, it's not rocket science. Okay. Everything is straightforward. So most people think, I have the capital to start a business. Let me get on a plane, go to Johannesburg, because that's where everybody will start from here in Zambia, or those that came will go to Asia. Yeah. You understand? Because it's that easy for them. I stand out because I'm passionate about it. Okay. It comes from the heart. You understand? When I am dressing up and putting pieces together, I don't just put pieces together because I am dressing up. You understand? It comes from deep within.
So the character will be there, the way the person is, the flair about them. So you're not going to put somebody in something that they're not comfortable with. Is that correct?
That is 100% correct.
Because what the problem I find with you know, a lot of people when it comes to their image and transformation, you know, you're saying you grew up, you knew the passion that you like, you were putting pieces together. Yeah. Most of the stores that we have in our country, because this is very relevant for our country, you find that you go somewhere and somebody just doesn't know, they don't even know, you know, the material, whether it's cashmere, it's wool, it's all that stuff. Am I getting that sort of knowledge when I come to your store? You know, you are NTAMEL Designs. So when you say designs, obviously it means you're putting yourself at a certain level in the market. So are we correct to say that you and your staff, you know exactly what you're talking about?
Exactly. Okay. I would never say no or otherwise to that. And also, just to add on to that, I want you to also know that my clients can actually bear me witness. You know, I'm not the kind of person, or even the people who work in store, I always tell them, you know, if anybody walks in and they're wearing something and you know it doesn't look good, just don't make the money, because we have a brand we have to protect. You understand?
If they walk out there and somebody tells them, you know, you cannot, you're not looking good, they're automatically going to be like, oh, those guys lied to me, so I'm not going to go back. Exactly. Is that something you're trying to avoid?
That's something I'm definitely avoiding. My clients will bear me witness. If you walk out of the fitting room with some pieces that just look, you know, a certain way on you, I'll politely tell you, maybe not this piece, maybe match this with this together. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I'm creating an image for myself. I would not want my clients to go out there. It's my image to protect, and like I said, it's a passion that I have for fashion. You know, I've been in the fashion industry for so long. I've seen so many of these businesses come and go. I've seen so many people start and say, you know what, I'm going to make it or do it better than this. You know, the competition may be there, but at the end of the day, there is no competition. Yeah.
When you stand in your own field, it's about being confident.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Yeah, because, you know, I know exactly where I'm coming from and how I'm working with my clients and what I do for them. I offer it's more than just them walking into my store and giving me their monies, you know, so I can keep my business going. I'm doing it from the bottom of my heart.
Now, when it comes to, you know, you speaking from the bottom of your heart, what I loved was I saw something that, you know, is on, you know, the fashion trend, and then the next minute I'm seeing it on your page. I feel for me, you know, that's you stepping out of your comfort zone as a normal, you know, store owner, to say that you want to reach out and give your clientele, you know, an extra mile. Can I come to you and say, you know what, I like this, and are you able to get it for me? Why do you do that? Why do you go the extra mile? Why do you feel that it's not just about the one piece? Because sometimes as women, you know, we have this thing where we're like, I don't really want to dress like everybody else. I don't really want to be like that person. But I've noticed you may not have the same print, but you know, you have the same kind of style. Is it, you know, do you go to people and then advise them? Do you take their styles? Are you honest enough to say, maybe this I won't get for you, or do you go out of your way to find that one thing? Where do you draw the line when it comes to you purchasing your clothes?
Okay, so matter of fact, I do go out of my way a whole lot. You know, I do not limit myself, or I do not care about the money and how much a person is willing to offer me for, you know, certain pieces. Even if you come to me and tell me, hey, I have 250 kwacha equivalent to $50, and I want you to give me this piece, which I know for sure is like, you know, $45, and I'm going to pay you for the shipping or whatever it is. I never refuse, because other than me just having people walk in store and purchase my products, I also style. You know, I'm a stylist, you understand?
And you're a great stylist, I must say.
Thank you. I totally appreciate. Yeah, so because I do style, you know, when you're a stylist, it's different from you just selling the product.
Okay.
You have to make sure you satisfy your clients. Okay. You know, because at the end of the day, she's not only going to say, I went to NTAMEL Designs and I asked them to get me these pieces of clothes and they got me X, Y, Z and I bought them. She's going to say, she dressed me up. Okay. You understand? I wanted to look a certain way and she went out of her comfort zone and she made sure I got it.
How do we then, you know, like you're saying that you go out there and you tell somebody and then they put the pieces together and they are dressed up. For me, that speaks confidence. So are we right to say that when somebody walks out of your store, they're walking out with, you know, a different mindset?
Exactly, definitely.
That's amazing.
I've had clients that, you know, next time we do a shoot together, ask me to bring in 5 reviews maybe. You know, I have clients who can genuinely from the heart say, I did not know anything about fashion until I started dealing. There's
some things I've learned already, so that's amazing.
Yeah, and you know, I'll be gone for even like, you know, sometimes I have duty calls in the States because I do have a career other than just, you know, the fashion industry. And then other than that, I have children too, and I'm a married woman. So, you know, it's not all the time that I can be in Zambia because I do have those duty calls, like I said. So at the end of the day, I'll have clients that I started with in my first or second year who would rather wait 6 months or 8 months until I come back to bring what they're used to getting from me. That's because when they started, they had no idea, you know, how to put pieces together, and they just have developed that confidence.
So you have built like a relationship, so to speak,
with them.
Okay, now rumor has it that, you know, your background and what you have studied is the complete opposite of what we are talking about today. Can you tell me a little bit about your law career? Because for me, it's, you know, I come from a law background, you know, a law family, a legal family. So I'm trying to understand. I can't even see where you know, put the pieces together. How did you then decide to say, I'm going to, you know, propel and push my fashion, you know, passion, as opposed to putting my law career, you know, ahead? How do you sleep at night knowing that you've got these two things that you're really passionate about?
Well, I sleep totally well at night. It does not faze me at all because I believe both are just in my bloodstreams by now. But I'll give you a brief background about the whole law and fashion thing. My mom used to work for Ministry of Justice, not as a lawyer, but a senior bill transcriber. Okay. And you know, I think for her, she really wanted to be a lawyer. Okay. But she wasn't able to due to her own issues. So she kind of talked about it so passionately that that passion shifted towards me. Okay. You understand? So growing up, I knew I'm going to walk in that place as a lawyer. Okay. You understand? Yes. Somehow I satisfied myself saying it's going to make my mama proud. You understand? The fashion aspect of it is something that I have had in me since childhood. Okay. You understand?
Yeah, like you mentioned.
Yeah, but then growing up, like from as early as my 2nd grade, I always said I'm going to be a lawyer. And you know, you speak certain things into existence.
Yeah. I always talk about the law of attraction. What you talk about is what you get. So
Exactly, exactly. And then, you know, my policy as well is, I've got my own little policy. It's, you cannot pretend to be successful. You really have to be successful. And to be honest with you, the fashion industry may be evolving.
Yeah.
And it is evolving, but you know, it requires you to have a certain amount of energy to keep doing. So I have scripted, I have planned my life in such a way that at this point, I'm now going to recruit certain people to do what I'm doing. Okay. People who will have the energy that I have now. Yeah. As I step into my career, which is law. So I've programmed myself in such a way that I did my LLB, part of it here in Zambia, and then I went to Atlanta. I went to John Marshall School of Law where I finished it. After I got done, I said I'm going to come back home to Ziali and incorporate international law, you know, go back here and do the other courses that I need to do to bind together to, you know, become a full attorney and then concentrate on my career.
Now, I want to know, that's very interesting because it's like you started with a certain passion, then you have two passions, and then you choose one, and then you go back to it. How is that journey, like the transition between, you know, in certain episodes I've spoken about deciding and then being disciplined. Obviously for me, that comes with a lot of discipline and a lot of trust and a lot of, you know, you planning and knowing, having a smart goal, because to entrust somebody with NTAMEL designs means that you have actually grown the business to a certain level. How's been your transition in, you know, your mental transition in understanding that you want to move from the fashion industry to, you know, back to corporate, to legal? That for me is, it's mind-blowing because some people just decide that they're going to sit there and this is the path they've chosen. What is really pushing you? Is it that you want to come back and give something back to the community, or is it just you going back to, you know what, I've already done this, I might as well fulfill it?
No, I mean, that's really not just going back and saying, you know, I've done this and I might as well fulfill it, or because I gave you that little background, or because my mom did X, Y, Z. I mean, it's partly one of the reasons why I started, because I'm already done with it. I'm not starting from it. You know, I'm already done with that chapter, and the only chapter I need to get is a practicing certificate, and I'm able to practice as a lawyer. So, when it comes to decision making and the planning, like I mentioned earlier, the fashion industry requires you to have a lot of energy, and my market is not the American market alone. I do have clientele over there, but the client base is not as huge as over here in Zambia. Now, when I look at us being a developing country in Zambia, the amount of energy required for you to continue running business in the fashion industry is rather more than you being grounded onto your career, which is, you know, law for me. You see, if I said I was going to open up a law firm, maybe 5 years after practicing in the government, and I decided I want to open my own law firm, that's a whole different ballgame. Because, you know, I have a settlement coming from there. You understand? It's not my own business where other people relying on me. I expect you to get the benefits from me. If you get the light I'm trying to shed over here.
No, that's very interesting because you see, when it comes to you know, like we said earlier, when you're talking about how people dress and the things that they do, because the thing is, you say success attracts success, and this is something that we're talking about today in terms of you being approached and spoken to in the way that you are dressed. Now, when I look at your store, I mean, I know and I've seen certain pieces which are not always very on the legal side. Is it to say that, you know, that people that are dressing the corporate side, or this is your side of your passion? I mean, why is it that you've taken the casual, semi-casual side of, you know, dressing up people and styling them? Is this your passion, or have you gone according to the market?
Not precisely according to the market. It's because, you know, most people struggle with more casuals than they do with corporate. It's so easy for you to just put a white shirt and a black skirt together and say I'm up and going. But you know, nowadays, everybody is glued to the internet. We're all on Instagram, we're on Facebook. There's all these pieces out there that so many people wish they could have for good quality. Because 9 times out of 10, you order pieces online and you get them and they do not look like what you saw on the image. I
have definitely faced that before.
Precisely.
And it's tragic. And that's what I loved about your store, because I saw the stuff, and then I saw your models, and then I saw everything. And then when I finally came to the store, and that's the first thing I say to you, I say your store and your clothes look exactly like your Instagram, which is, you know, because, you know, with photos and doing, you know, all this editing that has come up, there's a lot of Photoshop manipulation. It's so easy, you know, guys, whatever you're seeing is the way it looks. It's amazing how people don't actually think about the end person to say this is somebody that has worked for their money, somebody that, you know, maybe has had a passion for that sort of style. Are we then saying that with you, I'm getting value for my money?
Definitely.
I love that.
I mean, coming from a background of cancer, I'm not going to deceive you or anybody. Yeah, no,
some people have no shame.
I know people have no shame of their game. However, I have more to gain.
Yeah.
Being real and bringing good quality product than I have to lose. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you want to be fashion forward, you really have to also be ready for it. Like, put your mind to it. You understand? You can walk in store and we can stay here the whole day.
Yeah.
You know, I've had clients that walk in and they just, not this, you know, not me, you know, and I'll try by all means, verbally, to convince them, you know, no, this would look good. Actually, you have a beautiful body. Some people want to get an outfit and think their whole body is going to change. You know, if somebody is not taking care of themselves a certain way, they don't expect a miracle just because I'm at NTAMEL Designs and, you know, she,
I love that.
when she models her clothes, she looks a certain way, so I should look that way. It starts from within. You know, so my advice really is, if somebody is not fashion forward, they're really plain and they want to keep it simple and subtle, I always start small with them. Okay. I've had such clients that just came and said, oh no, you know, bring like a teeny bit of, you know, some earrings and say, put this. Or, you know, a neck piece like this. Oh no, this is too loud. Even this, oh, how about this? Like, okay, let's start with this. And you know, the next time,
and you're like building it up.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, the next time the person comes, they're gonna ask for a little teeny bit of, you know, a heel, like 2-inch. You know, this is so high. The fall is so high. Like, let me start with 2. And I'm like, okay. Right. You know, I always have patience because, like I said in the beginning, it's a passion. I feel good, you know, doing somebody's makeup and they're from A to Z, you know, and then I dress them up and their body is in the right place. Everything looks so good. Aside from, you know, just dressing up people, I always advise people to also drink a lot of water, detox a lot, and pray a lot.
Your system.
You understand? Because those 3 things, drinking a lot of water, detoxing, and praying, make your body glow. You know, your body just looks the way God was designed for it to be.
And lots of peace as well.
And lots of peace, you know, so it starts from within. If you have those 3 things, you can walk into not only NTAMEL Designs anyway and grab pieces and those 2 look good. You know, without
actually having your voice in their ear. That's really great.
Exactly. So yeah, to answer that question, I always just encourage people to start small. I don't just sell goods. You know, I don't just force people to get... You transform people. Yeah, I don't want somebody to go home and say, damn, what did I get this for? Or, you know, why did I do this for?
And a lot of people have that. And I'm really glad that today, you know, you've dressed us up for previous episodes, but I'm really happy that, you know, we've had this talk, because most times, you know, you get people who, you know, will dress you up, will show you something, but they don't show that humane aspect, you know, side of things, to say that aside from the clothes, you need to do this, you need to do that. So I've really enjoyed being here because it's also given me a different perspective of why you started the store. And for me, I feel like a returning client already, because I feel, you know, you strive, from what I'm hearing, to have a relationship with people, and then, you know, you start building that confidence, even though you're in 2 different places. And I think for me, you are doing a great thing in Zambia. I think for me, that's a wonderful transformation. People need that. And also, people should be ready, like you said. If you're ready to be trendy, if you're ready to start, that is the place to be. So thank you so much for today. It's been amazing, and I definitely know that there are going to be so many people out there watching that will want to know. She is in North Mid in Lusaka, Zambia, 7 Diamonds Mall. So don't forget to come here and just, you know, make sure that you get somebody to help you in here, and just be transformed, knowing that you're buying, you know, quality and value for your money. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you've been transformed, inspired, and motivated to come to NTAMEL Designs in North Mid, Lusaka, Zambia. Don't forget to follow the store on NTAMEL Designs Instagram and Facebook. Make sure you comment, make sure you ask, make sure you find out, look at the pieces and be inspired, and transform yourself, because it does bring you success, like she said. So let's go out there and make it happen. Don't forget to follow me on social media as well. On Facebook it's Carol Mushota, and Twitter and Instagram is @CarolMushotaTT. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and we'll see you next time.